All right, so in the first two videos, you saw where you only had a one-digit divisor. So you saw something like this, where you were putting, let's see if you can see it, 4 into 328. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you have a two-digit divisor. So we are going to divide 30 into 7,230. So in the previous video, you would have only had a 3 here, and you probably would have only had 723. So we are moving along, okay? So just like before, you're going to see, can 30 go into 7? And we know that it can't because it's too big. That does not work. Can 30 go in to 72? Well, of course it can because it's less than 72. So we still have to write our facts out. So we're going to do 30 times 1 is 30. Remember, I have to get to 72. 30 times 2 is 60. And I'm not at 72 yet. 30 times 3. And if I don't know what 30 times 3 is, remember how before we drew our dots? Well, it would be a lot to draw 30 dots, so we're not going to do that. So I'm just going to take that 60 and I'm going to add 30 to it. And then I know that 30 times 3 is 90. Okay? Remember, I needed to find the number that was the closest to 72 without going over. We know that 30 times 3 was 90, and 90 is greater than 72, so that will not work. So I know that the 2 is right. So I just divided. Okay. Now I need to multiply. 30 times 2 is 60. Divide, multiply. Now I'm going to subtract. 2 minus 0 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. And bring down. Oh, and I put a check there. My bad. I guess I was a step ahead. That should be an arrow. And I just brought down. Okay? Remember, every number in the dividend needs to have a digit above it, and it does not yet. So I start the process over with division. Okay? So now I am dividing 30 into 123. I did not get 123 yet, so I need to keep going. So now I'm going to do 30 times 4. And remember, if I don't know what that is, I take that 90 and I add 30 to it. And I know that that equals 120, which is still not 123. So I have to keep going. 30 times 5. Add 30 to it. I know that that is 150. 150 is greater than 123. So I know that 5 cannot be the right answer. So 4 is as close as I'm going to get. I circle it and I bring it up top. So I just divided. Now I need to multiply. 4 times 30, which is 120. Divide, multiply, subtract. Those are zeros. Then bring down. Okay. Does every digit in my dividend have a number above it? No, it does not, so I'm not done. I need to go through the steps again. I'm back to dividing. How many times does 30 go into 30? It goes in 1 time. Multiply down. 30 times 1 is 30. Divide, multiply, subtract. And do I have anything to bring down? No, I do not. So my answer would be 241. In this case, I did not have a remainder. Okay, let's try another problem, and maybe this time we'll get a remainder. So I know I want to set my key up over here. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, so that I'm always checking it off. Right? And here is my new problem. I'm going to put 16 into 4,932. Okay. Can 16 go into 4? No, it can't. It's too large. Can it go into 49? Of course it can, because it's less than 49, but we need to see how many times. So I have to start writing my facts. 16 times 1, we know is 16. 16 times 2, we know is 32, but I'm not at 49 yet, so I have to keep going. 16 times 3. If I don't know, I need to take that 32 and add 16 to it. And I get 48. Is that 49? No, it's not. So I have to keep going. I'm going to take that 48 and I'm going to add 16 to it. And I get 64. Okay, which I know is greater than 49. So that cannot be right. So the 3 is the best answer choice. So I'm going to put 3 up top. I just divided. Now I need to multiply down. 16 times 3 is 48. Divide, multiply, subtract. 49 minus 48 is 1. Bring down. So now I know that I have to divide again, because each digit in the dividend does not have a number above it. So I'm putting 16 into 13. Can 16 go into 13? No, it cannot. It is too big. So it goes in 0 times. I just divided. Now I'm multiplying down. 16 times 0 is 0. Divide, multiply, subtract. 13 minus 0 is 13. And bring down. 132. I'm still not done because I still have a digit in my dividend that does not have a number above it. So I start the process over and I divide again. I'm putting 16 into 132. The furthest I've got is 64, so I need to keep going. So now I'm going to do 16 times 5. And if I don't know what that is, I take 64 and I add 16 to it, which gets me 80. Okay, still not at 132. I need to keep going. 16 times 6. If I don't know, I add 16 to it. It gets me 96. Remember, I've got to get close to 132. So now I'm going to do 16 times 7. If I don't know, I just add 16 and I get 112. I'm still not at 132. I need to keep going. 16 times 8. So I'm going to add 16 to it. Gets me to 128. Am I at 132 yet? Nope, so I have to keep going. 16 times 9 gets me 144, which I know is greater than 132. So that cannot be my answer. 128 is as close as I'm going to get to 132. So I circle the 8 and put it up top. I just divided. Multiply down. 16 times 8. Well, I already have it right here. It's 128. So I just multiplied. Now I need to subtract. 12 minus 8 is 4. I have nothing left to bring down. I have no other digits in my dividend that need an answer above them. So my final answer is 308 with a remainder of 4. Okay? Again, it is so important that you remember these steps. Okay? I like to draw that list out and then make sure I check them each time. We also know that 16, just like our first problem, 30, they are way too big in numbers to draw dots. So it's important that if we don't know, we are adding 16 each time using repeated addition. Okay, keep practicing at home.